Shalom Israel, it's me, Michael Massa, and today in this topic I want to show you the 100% proof Israel is in Africa. Brothers and sisters, it's very easy for me to bring these proofs out. Why? It's because I am a Bantu Bar Congo and we know our stories. Still today, our forefathers can prove easily how we went out from Egypt down to the places like Congo, Zaire, Brazzaville, Cameroon, Burundi. We have Nigeria. We have South Africa, Zanzibar, almost a lot of people from the Bantus. So this is one of the things we are talking about today. Like, who are these people, the Bantus, and how was they living? And the animals will be another topic. Like, why we cannot see any lions in the Middle East today, or in Asia, or let's say Brazil or America and in Europe. Why can we not see animals like giraffes or leopards in Europe? If we know, like the white man say, that Noah's ship knocked in Asia, and this means all of the animals has to come out of there. But if we see the history very well, we know that the animals never left Africa. And we never heard about a migration of animals from Europe or Asia or Russia into Africa. We can see that all kinds of birds are flying in the wintertime to Africa, where they come from. But we cannot see that the animals going from Africa to the north, in the colder areas to live in there. It was taken by ships, isn't it? So this is another topic. Then we will know the real size of Israel. The real size of Israel. We want to know that here. Another thing that we want to know is, where is Israel? Where is Israel? Where did King David lives and Jesus making healings and all the things? How big was Israel? So then we have another topic today, brothers and sisters. We can see the minerals, like, how can we say, the natural resources in the real Israel. These people had a lot of natural resources. We can never forget that. They had all kinds of gold, all kinds of minerals in the land of Ham. You know what I'm saying? This is another topic. Waterfalls and hills. And the colors of the people. All these kind of things, we will talk about it in a fast way, because it's easy to find out who are the real Israelites of the Bible, because in Luke 21:24 it is written very clear, Israel will be destroyed by the Gentiles. till the time of the Gentiles will end. Now, they say they will be taken by ships. By ships. It is not a prophecy about the small Israel right there. Nothing like this happened like this. They had problems right there in the small Israel right there. And some of the Israelites that was living in these areas, in these Asian areas, they went back where they come from, and this is Africa. But in Africa also, the Israelite was there already before Christ and after Christ. They had kingdoms right there. You know what I'm saying? And the prophecy like Luke 21:24 is a prophecy for Africa. You know what I'm saying? And it's very easy to prove that. It's very easy. And now, let's go to the first topic that I have brought for today. We will go to this thing right here. We begin by saying that the Hebrews disobeyed God. To just cut the whole story short, because we have so many things to talk about. When you read the scriptures, it will show you what God said was going to happen to the Hebrews as the consequences of their disobedience. The instructions of God, the word of God, was fulfilled against them. Now, brothers and sisters, this small part here shows us who are the people today. It says these people are cursed. This means these people are cursed still today because the Gentiles' time has not fulfilled yet. Who are the poorest people on earth, my brothers and sisters? Tell me that. Who are the people who was captured and they brought these people into lands that they are not theirs, and there they was worshiping other gods, wood and stones, gods that they never worshipped before? Who was these people? Who was captured by the Christians? Who were captured by the Muslims, Moabites, or Indians? You know what I'm saying? I think it's only one race, right? There's only one people. I would say it like this because I don't think so another people or another race can say something like, yes, we went into slavery. No. Let's go to Nehemiah 9:32. Now, therefore, our God, the great, the mighty, and the terrible God, who keepeth covenant and mercy, let not all the trouble seem little before thee, that had comes upon us, on our kings, on our princes, and on our priests, and on our prophets, and on our fathers, and on all thy people, since the time of the kings of Assyria into this day. Brothers and sisters, who can say these things? You know what I'm saying? Who can say something like that? Now, What do he say on the verse 36? It's very important to know that too. Behold, we are servant this day, and for the land that thou gavest unto our fathers to eat the fruit thereof, and the good thereof, behold, we are servant in it still today. The Chinese never changed his God. The so-called Romans or Caucasians that we call them today, how they never will change their gods, and they never did it. Then we have the Ishmael. Why should Ishmael change his God? Tell me that, brothers and sisters. Why should he do that? Wait a little bit, my computer. Let's go forward. Again. Jeremiah 2:11. Had a nation changed their gods? Which are ye no gods? By my people have changed their gods, their glory for that which doth not profit. It's the same thing like Solomon says, I did not keep my garden, but I went to working for somebody else's garden. It's like we are doing now today for the other gods. We are now today worshiping the other gods. We are bringing them the goods. We are living even in the world of the other gods. This means these other gods like sun, moon, and mamiwata, like gods from waters, or gods that can fly and all these things. Like a lot of Africans know these kinds of gods. Indians know these gods. All these gods that came later, that was created by the Most High, we are worshiping these gods today because we gave our glory away. We took the, how can I say, we throw away the wisdom of God and took the alien intelligence of the world. What is intelligence and what is wisdom? My brothers and sisters, you can go today into the African valleys and you should meet some people there, and you can ask them what means how can I build a car? This guy will tell you, because he has that wisdom of the Most High, you can do like this and this and this, then you can build a car. You can create a car or build a house. But if you go to the intelligent part, you have to know 1 + 2 and +3 and 4, and this will give you a car. So the wisdom of the Most High comes before the intelligence of the world. The wisdom brings the intelligence. That's why the most people on that ancient time, they went to Africa and wanted and showed them this so-called Christians, and showed the Ngunzas and the elders the book, like the Bible and stuff. These people had a big problem with the Ngunzas, with the prophets, because the prophets, they could not really read the Bible. They was full of wisdom, and they could tell these missionaries that is a lie and that is a lie, and they could speak in all languages because the Most High's ghost was inside them. This is wisdom. We so-called Africans or Bantu people or African American, we people are not really intelligent because intelligence comes from the world. But we are spiritual beings. This means the spirituality in us has to win and overcome. And we have to throw away that what we learned and learn what we have throw away that or forget. And this is very important to know. Now, word. Watch this. Now we know the things about our disobedience. There is no other race of people who can say that they disobeyed their God. Because all of the people on earth, they are doing that what their gods want. And this is the difference between us and the nations. And if we not understand these small things, we will never go forward. Let me show you one verse more. We are going to Deuteronomy 4:19-20. Watch this. Then maybe you will understand. And lest thou lift up thine eyes into heaven, and when thou seest the sun and the moon and the stars, even all of the host of the heaven, shalt be driven to worship them and serve them, which the Lord thy God hath divided into all nations under the whole heaven. But the Lord had taken you and brought you forth out of the iron furnace, even out of Egypt, to be into him a people of inheritance, as ye are this day. Okay, this means very easy and very clearly that every nation has their gods and you cannot change them. If they change, it will be like in the book of Revelation 7, these people comes to our kingdom, and this kingdom will come after this ones of the gods. It will be the kingdom of Christ. And this kingdom, these people that will come with us, they will be servants. Okay? They will be servants. What that means not that they will enslave them and things. This will come before that. Yeah, but they will be servants to us. Okay? Now, we have that thing here. Now, I think we can understand why the Most High says we were disobedience. Okay? Now, Rob Simon Atlav states, don't fall for the typical argument of Jewish Cohen blood DNA test. It proves nothing. This is only a distraction and smokescreen which does not prove anything. The real Hebrews test is your ancestry, where you originated from Africa, such as Ghana, Niger, Sudan, Nigeria, Chad, South Africa, Congo, like Angola, and more and more. Now, if you were in Iraq, Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, enslaved into Europe, Caribbean islands, America, Brazil, and Portugal, then you are likely a true Israelite, right? We agree with Smith, who started that the Hamites and Shemitic were same in appearance of color. It was difficult to distinguish them, the two. Simon also commented that blood DNA test cannot tell the real black Israelite. In our understanding, it is so because the two people, Hamites, like Ham, and Shemitic Shem, people had intermarriages between them. As earlier stated, no any other race was involved in any marriage arguments throughout the Bible, except from Ham and Shem descendants. Today we can rightly say they are almost one people. This is the real size of Africa. Okay? Africa is the biggest continent on earth, but nobody will tell you that. So, people claim to say that Israel, or the land of the Canaanites, Hamites, would be the Northeast African place right here. But how can you put all the valleys, the goals, the brothers and sisters? This is a topic you can throw away all the prophets out there, because they are liars, liars and liars and liars, because they have the intelligent, but the wisdom they have fighting for it to become it. And if they want to become it, what they should do, they have to go back where they come from, to their ancestry. Now, let's go forward fast, because this topic is the bomb. We are going now to a mixture of Israel and the Canaanites. Judges 3:5-6 says that Israel dwelt among the Canaanites, and they took their daughters to be wives, and gave their daughters to their sons, and served their might ones. This kind of mixture can make the two become one, and since they were all black. Now, people will say, how can that be? We saw Moses, what name was Massa. He's a black guy. Now, I wrote it in German because I come from German. Now you can see on the walls of Egypt, these people were Hamites. There was no difference between the Egyptians and the Israelites. So where the white man comes from, who says he is the Israelite? Where the names Jews come from? Because we know these people was Baituel, Beto, what comes from Beto. Then they went to the Hebrews, from Hebrews to Israel, worshiping of Isis, Ra, and then they comes to Jews. Where these people become the name Jews? Come on, brothers and sisters. This was the problem of our people. Everybody thinks, who are these Jews? Because these Jews are not ours. Let's go forward. Now, here you can see very clear the mixture of the Canaanites and the Israelites, right? You have here Sidon, who had Solomon with the temple, 1 Kings 5-6. Hittite, the two tribes came out of Syria. Joshua 1-4. Yebusi, Judah mixed with Benjamin, Numbers 13:1. You can see, yeah, you can see it. Yeah, this all of them are Hamites, like Hamiti. This is a Canaanite tribe found in the northern Syria of the city of Hamiti, the first century, sons of Canaan. Yeah. Here, Salamasa the king of Assyria in the place of the Israelite half tribes of Manasseh to re-people the city of Samaria. This was after the northern kingdom of Israel was captured. Can you get it? We have two Israels. You know what I'm saying? two Israels. And you people should know that Israel is not in Asia. Now, again, for you people who say the Africans are Hamites, all of them, here is it. There are two main families in Africa, Ham and Shem. Shem and Ham are both African by landmass. Shem and Ham are both black, brown, light, dark brown skinned. Not all blacks are Hebrews, but Bantus and Nilotics are, which means Bantu and Nilotics people are Negroes. The race of the African corresponds to Hamitic tribe whose covered an exclusive plot of landmass given to them by their ancestors, like we read before. However, since both Shem and Ham have shared the common African landmass since the flood, and since Noah, Enoch, and the fathering patriarchs have walked and lived on Africa before the flood, before there was an African Ham and Shem, then it was correct to call the Africans in the same sense of landmass and not race. To identify people, you have to be able to understand the migration and regions these people came from, what family do the Negroes belongs to. Answer is Bantu and Nilotic people. Now, the Nilotic people are the progenitor of the Bantu Negroes. The Bantu is an admixture of Asiatic fraction. The Bantu and Nilotic people suffered slavery, and the word Bantu is derived from Hebrew word Bayituwela. This is the thing what I told you before. This is our name. Bantu is inside the Bible. How can we call ourselves today Jews or Yiddish? This is not ours, because the New Testament is faked, is changed, is manipulated, and we have to know that. Therefore, Israelites are the Negro people and not any other race which is not connected to Abraham. The original Arabs were mostly black races, and Yoktan is the real progenitor of Arabs. They are dark skins whom rarely shows on TV today. The original Arabs were both a Negro Hebrew and African Ethiopians. This means that the descendants of the pharaohs of Egypt are in Africa among different tribes like Sudan and etc. This means Edom or Esau is a Negro and Ishmael is also a Negro. Then sons of Abraham, Keturah, whom he sent to the country far east away from Isaac, are also Negroes. Brothers and sisters, where is Israel? In the land of Ham. The land of Ham. Israel is not a desert. You know what I'm saying? Israel is not a desert. Israel is the land of Ham. Again, for you people outside there who claim to be prophets, okay? Very easy to understand these things. Yeah? Now, because we don't want to waste time here, there's a lot of things we have to talk about today. And I hope you stay with me to understand these things, because it's a fight. Now, we are going to finish these things. By the way, Luke 21:24 says very clear, these people will be destroyed. Let me read this verse for you. Let me read it. Now, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem should be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentile will be fulfilled. Now, here's, then let them which are Judea flee into the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of depart out, and let them not them enter into the countries. Look at this. The problem here is this thing here never happened in the so-called Middle East today. Never. Because we have only one people who were captives into all nations. They were captives from Africa, not from the Middle East. Now, I will show you only one verse to give you a place where Judah is, right? Now, so Joram went over to Zaire, and all the chariots with him, and he rose by night and smote the Edomites, which compassed him about, and the captains of the chariots and the people fled into their tents. Yet Edom revolted from under the hand of Judah until this day. Now, where is Zaire? In Congo. Even the ancient map shows us Zaire before they renamed it Zaire again. It was here, in the place from Angola, Congo, South Africa. And this is the place of Judah. And if you know the history of the Portuguese and stuff, you will know that this was a prophecy that the people were taken away from Africa, from the west coast of Africa, into all nations, and even the east coast of Africa, and not from the Middle East. It's very easy to understand these things because there is no other proof. There is no other thing. You cannot say anything against it. You know? And what did the Most High say? A remnant should stay. You know what a remnant is? This is exactly what happened to Christ. The Romans, they taken his clothes and given his clothes to, yeah, they given everybody get a piece of his clothes. This is exactly the thing what happened to us. Yeah. This is exactly the thing what happened to us. Every country, or let's say every nation, get a little bit from us. Now, yet will I leave a remnant, that he may have some that shall escape the sword among the nation, when he shall be scattered through the countries. The Jews that we call Jews today, let's say Israelites is better because this name Jews is not mine. These people living still today in Africa. They never left Africa. Before Christ, after Christ, there was always in Africa among the Hamites, fighting against Ishmael, fighting against Moab, fighting against the Edomites. Now, we are going to the Bantu migration. We will understand other things. When Bantu came to Africa, they controlled West, Central, East, and Southern Africa. They took all of the forests to pygmies to avoid the spreading of Islam. Those from the West joined Bantu Gala in the forest to shield against Muslims. And they called themselves Ba-Congo in Democratic Republic of Congo. Bantus also called themselves Yahudi or Yahudi. Aramaic Hebrew means Judah. This is the part that we read in the 2 Kings 8:21. You know, even in the start of that video, I showed you very clear. Here you can see Kinshasa was Jewish. Every country and every how can I say, every country, every valley, every city, every land, every hill, every waters, like, you know, even the names from our kings are inside the Bible, but you people never saw that things. Lemba, Selembao, these are tribes inside the Congo, and these tribes are inside the Bible. How can that be? If Israel is in the Middle East, how can that be that we have these names inside the Bible? Yeah, this is only Congo. I have here a lot of more proofs than that. Yeah, this is the temple that will be built here in Europe. Yeah, my name is Michael Massa, and I show you many great things. Israel was never in the Middle East. There is another Israel in the Middle East, and there is another Israel that is inside Africa. You should separate it. Yeah, and it's very important if you separate it, and if you know how to separate it. Like Kenya. What does Kenya, the Kenyans, is written there? What can you say against it? What can a European say against these verses right there? Everything is there. Everything. The names of the tribes, the name of the capital. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? What do you want to say against these things? Now, I'll show you one more. South Africa. Or Tanzania. No? The Zulus, even the name of the Zulus, or Xhosa people, Humata, Venda. Yeah? We have the Rwandan people, even they are inside here. Look at this. And we are coming to Rwanda very soon, in the land of the 1,000 hills. Do you know what the land of the 1,000 hills is? We are coming to that soon. And you should understand that the time is now, like the Most High was saying to Daniel. Yeah? Close the Bible. Close it spiritual, in the spiritual form, in the spiritual way, so that in the times, if the times comes, the prophets will come out and they will show it again to the people. The so-called Afro-American and the other indignees who went out of Africa, not out of the Middle East, out of Africa, and spread out of the world. These people are the real Israelites of the Bible, and we should find them, and they should find each other, and then, yeah, we can renew Israel, and we should not go back to the Middle East, because in the Middle East there is nothing, and I will prove it to you in that movie. That movie will have 3 parts. This is one of them. And I should show you very clear and very easily, my friends, that Israel cannot be in the Middle East today. No one, no way, no way. They can say anything what they want, like, yeah, they went here, they went 5 minutes from here to here. This has to be Israel. How can that be? How can, like the most of the Israelites say it's today? But I can prove that is false preachings. They are non-spiritual. They're going to, they're non-spiritual. Now, you could see everything is clear here. Yeah, everything is clear. Yeah, all the kings, all the histories, like all the biblical histories. Yeah, from the, let's say from the Torah, is not in the Middle East. Okay. If it would be like this, how can it be that we have all cities like Kivu, the lands, and all, you understand? Oh, is someone inside my chat? Yes, nice. Nice. I like it. You can talk to me if you want. Yeah. I'm here. So we are going forward. We are going forward because I want to show more. Yeah, now you see this part, and we are going forward, like the migration of the Bantus. Yeah. Look at this. Most of the tribes in Zambia and Southern Africa can trace their roots from West and East Africa. Most of the tribes kept the Samba, like Shabbat. We say Sambo is 7th day. It's Kikongo. It's this is the other thing that we have to laugh. The Bantu language is so Semitic and is so similar to the Hebrew today that people would laugh if they would know what kind of language we talk. And I don't think so that the Hebrew was before our languages. You know what I'm saying? I cannot believe it. Yeah. And it wasn't like this. That's why the so-called Hebrew Israelite, if they start to tell me always they have to go back to the Hebrews because everything was in Hebrew, they should know we was before them. Which is still being practiced in Brazil and Cuba. Others have kept the circumcision of males among African tribes. Others lost their tradition. Now, most of them were killed if they kept Shabbat. Bantus were also given a title by the Muslims as the people of the book. This is because the Arabs started trading in slaves 1,000 years before the European slave trade. Humans informed the Portuguese about the people of the book, a people cursed by the Most High and predestined as slaves. Deuteronomy 28:15-68. The Muslim also called the Western Sudan Yahudi, which means the lost tribes of Israel. These Hebrews were also laid into captive. Many African nations by the many indigenous tribes on the west and east coast of Africa. Some were sold on the basis of losing in war. Tribesmen would sell Hebrews directly to Europeans and Muslims. Now look at this statistic. It's very important you to know this statistic. The word Congolo is in Congelo. Yeah, you can Google it. Yeah, you will find it in the Bible. It's written like this. It's delivered from the Hebrew words. In this case, have kun, meaning established, and Gelo or Golo means exile. Today it is called Congo, my brothers and sisters. Now, 59 to 99 of Baitu Bantu slaves comes from the following places along the Atlantic and Indian Oceans. Sanji, land of Zanzibar in Tanzania, is one of the first places where slaves came through, and more accuracy indeed to determine the percentage. Congo, Democratic, and Angola, look at the percentage. Southern Africa, Mozambique, look at the percentage. Madagascar, Niger, Delta, Cameroon, Equatorial Guinea, and Gabon, Bantu slaves. Look, there where you so-called Americans come from. And now they claim to say they've fallen from heaven to their slave ships. And there was Israelites. We are the Israelites. Yes. No one else. All the others are Hamites, and etc. and etc. That's why IUIC and the rest of these people are liars. Liars and liars. Shikari and all these peoples are liars. Non-spiritual. This is the first part that I wanted to show you. Now, we don't want to fight each other, but we have to know that if the world today want to become spiritual, they have to go back there where the spirituality comes from. In Europe, we have some angels right here. They are fighting against our spirituality. But in Africa, you can live your spirituality because the spirituality never left Israel. Now, we are going to a place that you never thought before. We are going now to Rwanda. Why? We are going now to the land of 1,000 years. A land of 1,000 years. Before we come to that things, I want to tell you Israel is not a desert, like I told you before. I don't know why you people think that Israel should be in the Middle East. My ghosts never tell me like that. I don't know why you people claim to say things like that. Why? He says in Malachi, and never forget that. Are you not my beloved son Jacob? So, why do you think I gave Esau a desert land where the shakals are and nothing is there? This means he could never, the Most High could never give Jacob a land who is not fruitful. You know, the land has to be fruitful. All kind of goods has to be in there. Now we want to know if he's really saying things like that. Esau was very clear to Esau, I will give you a land that is not fruitful, and I will give you a land that is a desert, and there you will fight against your brothers, and you will live by your sword, and this will be not a rainy place, and you cannot eat the goods from it. You can read in Genesis 27, 38 to 41. You can read all the things that are said now. Great. Now, let's go to Hebrews 6 and 7. Now, for the earth which drinks in rain that comes oft upon it and brings forth herbs, meet for them by whom it is distressed, receive blessing from Yah. People, we should now think, what the hell is he saying now? What he want to tell us? I don't want to go far away. I want to stay in the scriptures. We are going now to the next verse. Watch this. Deuteronomy 8:7. For the Lord thy God brings thee into a good land, a land of brooks of water, of fountains and depths that springs out of the valley and hills, a land of wheat and barley and vines, fig trees and pomegranates, a land of oil, olive and honey, a land wherein thou shalt eat bread without scarceness, thou shalt not lack anything in it, a land whose stones are iron, and out of whose hills thou mayst speak brass. Brothers and sisters, is the Middle East full of that things? Let me show you something very quick. This is the waterfalls in Africa. Okay? How great is Africa? This, like I told you, it is the biggest continent on earth. But they want to show you it's small. They want to show you it's small. With all this kind of energy, we don't need electricity, brother. We don't need this atoms, brothers. Let's go back to the wisdom, and we have more technology than anyone else. We will be never sick again. We will see the Most High like in the ancient time. Yeah, we will fly like birds. Who are these that fly as a cloud and answer those to their windows? Surely the eyes shall wait for me, and the ships of the Shames first, bringing sons from afar, the silver and the gold with them, to the name of the Lord thy God, to the Holy One of Israel, because he had glorified thee, to the Holy One. Therefore the stranger shall build up the wall, and the kings and ministers unto thee. Who? The Holy One of Israel, the Holy One of Israel, because he had glorified thee. The Holy One of Israel, the Holy One of Israel, because he had glorified thee. For in my own I smote thee, but in my favor will I have mercy on thee. Yes, mercy on thee. Therefore the gate shall be open, O continually. There shall not be shut day or night. They may bring up to thee the forces of the Gentiles, and their kings may be brought. For those nations and those kingdoms that will not serve shall be perished, and those nations shall be utterly wasted. The glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee, the virtue, the vine tree, and the bronze together. Beautiful my place, my sanctuary, and I will make the place of my feet glorious. The sons of those of them been afflicted, they should come banging unto thee, banging unto thee, banging unto thee, unto thee, unto thee, unto thee. And then that despise thee shall bow themselves down of the soles of thy feet, and then to call thee city of the Lord, Zion, one of Israel, one of Israel. Read Revelation 2 and 9, Revelation 3 and 9, and you will understand. Read Isaiah 14, 1 and 2, read Obadiah, and you will understand what means revolution. You will understand who are the Israelites, and you will understand what the Most High want. There are a lot of gods outside there, and one, the Most High, Tata Nzambi Mpungu Tulendo is his name. He never changed. Nzambi. Search it. Search the name of Nzambi, and you will understand, my brothers and sisters. The Bible is an African Bible. It had nothing to do with some white people. It had nothing to do with Chinese. It had nothing to do with some so-called Hebrew Israelite that claims today to be Hebrew Israelite. You have to say, I am a Bantu Israelite. You have to say, I am an African. You have to say, I come from the land of Ham. The land of Ham is my land. You know what I'm saying? You're not the Edomite. You don't fall from heaven to your slave ships, my friend. You don't went out from Israel to America, from Israel to Pakistan. You don't went out from Israel to the Arabic places. You don't went out from Israel to Russia. You don't went out from Israel today, the so-called Israel today, to Brazil. No, you went out from Africa to those areas. You know what I'm saying? Because if not, the prophecies will be a lie. Let's go forward. I think this topic is a lot for a lot of people from you, because they thinking now what's going on here. Everything that I knew was a lie, but it's normal. I don't want to lie, because it's the scripture says like this. The scripture says very clear, this land is not a desert. The Middle East is a desert. It was always a desert. Now, let's see what's the Most High, because he is smart. The Most High knew that Esau wanted to change many things in the scriptures, and he will change, and his people they need time to understand the spiritual truth inside the messages in the Bible. So he hid many things. Now we will learn about those things. You could see that every land is in Africa. And now we are going forward to know how big the land is, what is really has to be inside Israel and stuff. Look at this, my brothers and sisters, because it's deep. For the land which thou goest in to possess it is not the land of Egypt, where your brothers, the Hamites, are. They are not our brothers. But okay, by the way. From whence he came out, where thou sowest thy seed, and wateredst it with thy foot, as a garden of herbs. You know how our waters comes out of to take a shower and stuff, or if you want to washing. Let's say if do you know how our water, where our waters come from? This is the same things what was in Egypt in that time. They had colonizations. Yeah. This is the part what he says here. But the land whither ye go to possess it is a land of hills and valleys, and drinks water of the rain of heaven, a land which the Lord thy God careth for. The eyes of the Lord thy God are always upon it, from the beginning of the year even into the end of the year. What he wanted to say here, Egypt is a desert. Now you can see it very clear. Here you have a lot of rain. Can you see that? This is subtropical or tropical area. And this area right here is the desert area. Even the Middle East, even Saudi Arabia, brothers and sisters. What kind of Israel do you want to go for? Can you read that verse here again? For the land without goes into possess it is not the Middle East. It's not Egypt. Because the Middle East is like Egypt, right? No, but the land without ye goes to possess it is a land of hills and valleys, and drinks water of the rain of heaven. Like I showed you before. Can you see that? Can you see that? It's easy to understand. Even as a little kid would he would say he cannot be in the Middle East. You have no valleys, you have no hills. Okay? Those things is not there. Okay? He says that the Most High himself, he takes care of it. That's why it says in Psalms that the Most High is living in the hills. The most people searching for the Most High, he's up. Where is up? He's living in the hills in Africa, where the poorest people are. You poorest people, you will laugh. You that cries now, you will laugh. You that you are poor today, you will have money. This is his people, not the rich people that they have everything and claim to be Israelites and stuff, or claim to be Jews in the Middle East today. These warriors, these people who are spreading out pornos and Hollywood, etc. Gays are they? Now, let's kill these liars in the Middle East. We can kill them with Revelation 2 and 9 and stuff, but let's kill them with a landmass. This computer today is fighting me like crazy. I don't know why, but now we're going to another verse. We're going to Jeremiah 2 verse 7. And I brought you into a plentiful country to eat the fruit thereof and the goodness thereof. But when ye entered, ye defiled my land and made my heritage an abomination. What he says, a fruitful, a plentiful country. Brothers and sisters, you can say what you want. I don't have to go far away. I don't have to go into the agriculture and all these things in Israel or in the Middle East or in the Middle East or in Asia or in or let's say in Europe or America and all these things. This maps, it shows us everything. These people are living in the desert areas. The weather is no rainy. It's like I told you before. Esau, they told him that he has to live in the desert areas. How can you think that he will get those plentiful and fruitful countries? So Israel is not, again, Israel is not in the Middle East. Now, I can show you some climate facts. It would be good if it is, let me go into it. Climate of Africa. Now, you have the intertropical zone, Tropic of Cancer, tropical Mediterranean climate. Now here you can see it very clear. These are the temperature. Okay, and what can you see? It's always warm. It's always warm. Okay, but this part right there, here in the north, brothers and sisters, this has nothing to do with the prophecies of the Most High. It's a desert. It's a desert. Even here, Somalia, the ancient Babylon. Okay? Because he know, the Most High knew Esau will be tricky. He knew it. Now, I'm not finished yet. It's the first part of that movie, but I'm not finished. I know it's night. It's now, but I have to give you that things. Once you will tell your sons and daughters, hey, you know what? We have to go back to Africa, not to the Middle East. Come on. Now, you understand that the Most High is living in the he's living in the hills, right? You can read it in Psalms 132 and 13. okay, then you will understand that he's living in the hills. He's living in Africa. Yeah, he's not living here in the northern places. Okay. Psalms 132 and 13. Read it, and you will understand that thing what I've said now. Now we're going to have another proof that the Most High is living in Africa. We're going to Psalms 50 and 10. I was lucky. I was wondering. I was saying, what's going on? Hey, you cannot see anything in the Middle East. This small country is going into Germany, and Germany is very small, like 2 times. 2 times. Hey, what's going on? And I brought you into a plentiful country to eat the fruit thereof, goodness thereof. But when you enter it, this is not science. No. For every beast of the forest is mine, and the cattle upon 1,000 hills. Now, we have Google today, right? Google is killing himself, like Facebook. The land of 1,000 hills. Where is it, Google? Come on. What can you see here? It's in Africa. Where is it? It's in Africa. Yeah. Who want to fight me against? Who want to fight? Who want to battle? Bring the pastors to me, fast. Bring them to me, fast. Let's battle. You can battle against the scriptures. You want to battle against the Most High? I don't think so. He said, I know all the fowls of the mountains and the wild beasts of the fields are mine. Where are the wild beasts in the Middle East today? Where are the fowls in the Middle East today? Who is keeping the Shabbat still today? In Africa, we have some people, they never throw away the circumcision. They never throw away the Shabbat. They never throw away the traditional speaking with the ancestors. They know Lucas's name is not Luke. They know Matthias' name is Matthias. It's like preaching. They know Ezekiel is Ezekiel or Habakkuk is Habakkuk. They are our ancestors, and they're speaking to us still on that day. And these names are changed. It did not end. Daniel can tell you that it did not end with him. They changed many things. Yeah, they changed many things. Now, I want to jump directly into the animals. But before I jump into the animals, because the Most High now is, he want to show you people, because I see you people are active by night. And it's nice to see you like that. I love it. But look at this now. I want to show you very clear what is the 100% proof that Israel is not in the Middle East or in Asia or in America or Southern America stuff. Russia, Germany. I don't know. They will tell you everything, because the first Israel, they wanted to put it in Uganda, but they couldn't. So they put it in the Middle East. Now, we are going to wait. Now I have to think a little bit. Let's go to Exodus. Okay, let's go to Exodus 3 and 8. These live streams are not easy to do. No, not easy to do. But now look. And I am come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians, of the Hamites, and to bring them out of the land, into a good land, and a large land, into a flowing with milk and honey, a land with milk and honey, into the place of the Africans. Why you're searching Israel in the Middle East? This is Edomite place. Read Genesis 27, 38 to 41. Read Malachi. Come, let me give you that. Let me give you that. Because some of you, they think, no, I don't want to read. Now, look. Come on. Okay. I give you Malachi, right? I give you Malachi. Now watch this. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, when hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Jacob. We have to be proud, brothers and sisters. We are Jacob, brother, and we are loved. But he say, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains into his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Should I show you this map again? Should I show you this map again? Where is Esau and his pride? He still on that day, he has to take his goods from where? From the Middle East? His oil, his coltan, his gold. Where it comes from? From the Middle East, yeah? Okay, I think I have to learn more about many things, because this topic has a lot of things inside. Now, we're not going far away. We are going directly to Deuteronomy. I love the Bible, and I love to jump from one verse to another. Yeah, we're not preaching with one single verse and then claim to be Israelites or Jews, Jewish. Yeah, we are coming from Abraham. Yeah, prove it. No, we cannot. Now, a land wherein thou shalt eat bread without scarceness, thou shalt not lack anything in it, and land whose stones are iron, and out of hills makes big brass. Where the Uran come from? Where the coltan come from? Oil, brass, gold. Read Job 28, the full verse, and I tell you, you will eat the Bible off. In the land of Ham, there is Israel, and he says very clear how the European people today knows that under the earth there are some minerals that they can work with and they can produce things with. Do you think that was their experience? I told you about wisdom and intelligence. I can tell you again what means wisdom and what means intelligent. Intelligent is if you learn here on earth, yeah, 1 + 1 has to be 2. Yeah, and this you will never change it. You would say it is like this because some people on this earth, they showed you like this because they see it like this, that a car cannot work without gasoline. Okay, but wisdom is before intelligence. This means wisdom is given the intelligent away. Wisdom is someone who has the wisdom who will tell you why you are driving the car with gasoline. Use water, use sun, use anything else. And the guy who is intelligent, he has to learn what the wisdom says. So wisdom is before everything, and wisdom knows everything. Thank you. Now, let's go to Genesis. Let's go to Genesis 2 and 12, brothers and sisters. Genesis 2 and 12. And the gold of that land is good. There is bdellium and the onyx stone. Even gold is inside there. Can you see gold in the Middle East today? Let's find it, man. They say, let's check this for you. Let's show you that. I have to take a little time to show you that thing too. Now, don't laugh, please. It's a topic, and it's normal. Yeah, it's normal if we don't know everything. But now, don't laugh, okay? The Israelites went 40 years into the desert. Which desert were there? A small desert you cannot even see here on the map. Yeah. Not even here on the map you can see this desert because it's in the middle of Egypt and here this small Israel that they call Israel today. Brothers and sisters, you need 7 hours by car to go from Egypt to Israel. By flight, 3 hours or something like that. By if you walk, you need 13 hours or 1 day or something like that. Yeah. So how can that be that the Israelites walked 40 years long? Yeah, to find the promised land. And how can it be that they find the promised land, the land of the Hamites? Don't forget. And it was a desert? No hills, no gold inside there? Yeah? So it would be better if I stay in Egypt or not? What do you say? Wouldn't it be? Now, for me, it would be better if I stay in Egypt because there I have more than in this so-called promised land that Moshe could not see. That's why you should think we had an upper Egypt and an Egypt that was down. Egypt was not only this small Egypt right there, brothers and sisters. Think about it. Now, let's go forward. The Most High says all the animals are mine. Why he is saying things like that? Can the moon god Allah say things like that in his desert area? Can he say he has all kind of gold, all kind of valleys? Can he say something like that? Can he say something like that? Can he say he have all kind of animals? Now, let us ask the animals. What you say? Let us ask the animals. Now, 12, 7 to 8. I will not go so far because this is the first part of that movie. I have to change some things because at the start there was some bad vibrations. And yes, like I say, let's end with some verses that I will show you now, and then we can do a second part next time. Now, but ask now the beasts, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee, or speaks to the earth, and it shall teach thee, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee. This means we will know easily where the Israelites live still today. And even Christ, and I will show these verses later on the second part also, because I love them. I love these verses. It's like everybody is everybody thinking to have to know the truth, but it isn't like that. And you have all this kind of verses, and you can throw them like you are Michael Jordan, his best times. Boom, boom, 2, 3. I can win this game easily. Now, and immediately the Spirit drove him into the wilderness, and he was there in the wilderness 40 days, tempted of Satan, and was with the wild beasts. The angel ministered unto him. Even Christ himself was among the beasts, the wild beasts. I cannot see them in the Middle East. We can lie on the Middle East like 30 days there in the wilderness. Only bring your jacket and a lot of jacket, and bring warm clothes because it's frozen there, man. But you cannot see any wild beasts there. Easy to. We have to get the liar with his own weapon. Now, there's 2 last verses for today. I hope you understand all these things from today. I showed you verses, even verses. I show you verses that the Most High shows us very clear. Israel is not in the Middle East. The Most High gave you, how can I say? He gave you verses to that. You know, this is by the way my Facebook page. If you search for me, and you will find me. I have everywhere. My name is KAMPALA. I am in Gouganda. I take in messages from the angels. And yeah, so now we are going forward. You could learn that the Israelites went out of Egypt because the Most High say He will give them a rainy place. In this rainy place they can do their agriculture. You know, it was because of the agriculture. That's why he take them out of Egypt and say he will give them a fruitful land, because he loved them so much. Malaki, you understand? And so this cannot be because that Esau is the Israelite, because Esau get a desert place. All of them, Esau's, all of them, the European Esau, the Arabic Esau, all of these Esau tribes there. And I told you this man was a black man before, you could see it, and he changed his color, by the way, because of disobedience, also because of how can I say, a curse. Yeah, a curse, and the weather and what he was eating, all these things changed him. Now, yeah, then I showed you that Israel is large. It's not a small country. You can find gold, you can find any animal there. The second part, I will go more into the animals, and I showed you the migration of the Bantus, and I showed you how they was mingle themselves with the others, with the other tribes, and the Hamites. It's like today you cannot say anymore who is Hamite or who is Israelite in Africa, because they mixed like crazy. And even out of Africa today we are mixed, totally mixed. And this is the other truth that I showed you. Yeah, I showed you what kind of people went out of Africa. Yeah, like how many percents, and what happens to the Muslims, why they was fighting us and stuff. Yeah. Now we're going to the last verses, and I hope you enjoyed that topic. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you could understand some things, some small things, because it's very important for me to understand that things, because one day we have to go back where we come from, you understand? Now, we're going to the last verses. The last verse is very clear. We are going to Zephaniah. Oh, this computer was fighting me the whole night. 3 and 10. From beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, my supplanters, even the daughters of my dispersed shall bring my offering. In that day shalt thou not be ashamed for all thy doings, wherein thou hast transgressed me against me. For then I will take away out of the midst of thee them that rejoice in thy pride, and there shall no more be ugly because of my holy mountain. Where they come from? From beyond the rivers of Ethiopia. From America? from England? No, wait. They come from the Middle East. The Israelites living in Africa, very clear and very deep. Now, this is not the last verse. We're going to Amos. Nine, 11 to 15. Let's see this prophecy here. It's very deep, I know. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen. I can cry. And close up the branches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins. No, Israel is not builded. Israel is a ruin. Israel is in Africa a ruin. Okay? And I will build it as in the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom and of all the heathen which are called by my name, saith the Lord. That thou is this. Behold, the days comes, saith the Lord, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes him that sows seed, and the mountain shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt. And I will bring again the captivity of my people of Israel, and they shall build the waste cities and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof. They shall also make gardens and eat the fruit of them, and I will plant them into their land, and they shall no more be put up out of their land, which I given them, saith the Lord. Hallelujah. Forever